Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asset Podcast here on YouTube. This is something I never thought I'd ever see an official release for. I had a bootleg of this for a long ass time. Back in the late 70s, there was a 2 hour special that aired on, I don't know what channel. I really don't know. It might say on back, but I'm going to go through my little story first. Called Legends of the Superheroes. And it was the first hour was The Challenge. Was all the superheroes from DC that were not under license to somebody else, which means no Superman, no Wonder Woman, grouped up to fight the Legion of Doom, which was a bunch of villains. And it's kind of weird the villains they picked, and I'll go on that in a minute. And they had to stop the Legion of Doom, Dr. Sylvania from Captain Marvel. That's what Shazam was called back in the day, kids. The Captain Marvel movie you see, that is like way down the list of Captain Marvels. As Carol Danvers, she was Miss Marvel for the longest time. There was a Captain Marvel, two Captain Marvels in Marvel before her. Shazam, what we call Shazam now, was the first Captain Marvel. Matter of fact, between the Shazam Captain Marvel and the Marvel Captain Marvel, there's another Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is just a name that gets used a lot. They got to stop the Doomsday device. They got an hour, and they got to find them. And this was very cheesy. It's based, and of course, you see there's Adam West and Burt Ward as Frank Gorshin. It's kind of cheesy like the Batman show. The second hour was called The Roast. And it was like a celebrity. It was a roast of Batman. Well, let's see what they say on that. It's a Warner Brothers Archive Edition. A pair of classic TV specials pits the Justice League of America versus Legion of Doom for action and laughter. Heroes and villains of DC square off in this two-part live-action made-for-TV with a laugh track smackdown of Legends of the Superheroes. The Challenge, Batman and Robin, Adam West and Burt Ward, lead the Flash, Green Lantern, Hawkman, Captain Marvel, Black Canary, and Huntress. Yeah. Amazing, yo. And Huntress don't get to do much in this, which is weird. I like how they just say more JLM members against the Riddler, Frank Gorshin, Mordru, which is Mordru the Wizard, who I don't know who he was. I always saw him as a Legion of Superheroes villain. Weather Wizard, Solomon Grundy, Giganta, Dr. Sylvania. Am I forgetting anybody? And other Doom dealers, the Legion's ultimate gambit, trick the heroes into downing a diabolical depowering drink. Okay. All the heroes are in their little thing, they're talking, they find out this is going, so they all start head out to go find stuff. Well, Batman and Robin start running out of gas. So they stop at a gas station where Solomon Grundy want pants too, has been given this magic hat. As long as he has his hat on, he doesn't look like Solomon Grundy. He looks like a gas station attendant. And this Batmobile looks cheesy. It looks really bad. Well, they end up fighting him, and they end up losing the Batmobile. And this gas station must be the only one in town or a central point, because the rest of the episode, heroes end up at the gas station. Like Hawkman ends up there, and Solomon Grundy knocks him out, ties him up on the car lift. And the whole time, you're getting like commentary from this from a very young-looking, I'm sure she was probably in her 20s then, Marshall Warfield of Roz from Night Force, I know her best as, on there. And she's in the phone booth talking for him. Oh, you ain't gonna believe this. Batman and Robin are here. Just this crazy shit. And all the other heroes going out doing stuff like Green Lantern. I love this about Green Lantern. Instead of flying, their budget's still, he just points his ring at himself and a green glow appears on him and he disappears and teleports. He ends up out in this field and he sees a sign that tells him that a fortune teller will give him a clue. Well, he runs to a fortune teller, which is, Sinestro. I forgot. Charlie Collis plays Sinestro. And Sinestro is there done up as a fortune teller in drag, but he's still got the Sinestro rig on and Green Lantern. It must be that. It's the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. It must be during the period where Hal Jordan was really drunk because he didn't realize it until later on. Black Canary ends up at the gas station and gets knocked out by Solomon Grundy put on the lift. And finally, Captain Marvel comes and saves them. Well, they find out that they know that the villains are near a lake. Well, Marshall Warfield saves them. She's like, oh, it was this lake. I heard them. So they head over there. Well, when they get to the lake, Dr. Sylvania is there dressed up in an outfit selling lemonade for 5 cents. And the lemonade's got a potion in it that depowers the heroes. So all the heroes end up drinking it. And there's a scene where Batman and Robin are on jet skis chasing Mordru on a jet ski on this lake. And they end up in the villain's hideout before they get there to celebrate. And it's all the Giganta does in the whole thing. She shows up with Solomon Grundy. And like, we'll go celebrate. Here's a drink. And they start drinking this drink. And they find out the drink is the depowering potion. So you got all these depowered heroes fighting each other. Oh, I forgot there's a great part where Batman and Robin, after they run out of gas in the Batmobile or whatever it is. I can't remember. It's been a little bit since I watched this. They go to get another car, and they go to this used car dealership, and it's the Weather Wizard running it. and they end up buying a motorcycle with a sidecar. And like later on, the sidecar separated. You see the motorcycles that training wheels on it. Well, they end up fighting the villains, and they stop it 1 second before the doomsday device goes off. That's in it. The roast is fucking. And at the very very beginning when the heroes are meeting up, they're talking about, and we got to introduce retired man, also known as the Scarlet Cyclone. I'm like, man, the Ma Hunkel Red Tornado was right there. Why didn't you use that? It's this old guy and some baggy ass. At the very end, after they beat the villains and the heroes have left, it says hours later, and retired man finally shows up. Well, the roast, it's a celebrity roast. They're roasting Batman and Robin. All the villains are invited. But the thing is, and what this is kind of known for nowadays, besides being just cheesy as fuck, is that they have a hero named Ghetto Man. And it's a black guy with a big old afro. It's like, oh, God. You know, even in the late 70s, it's like, ooh, man, that's a little, yeah, that ain't in the best taste there. And nowadays, you're like, ooh, shit. Well, this is one of those specials that it aired once or twice, and then just kind of got forgotten. I'll show you the disc. Now, this is a Warner Archive, so of course, it is a burnt disc. Their DVDs, all their DVDs are burnt discs. All their Warner Archive Blu-rays are actually pressed. Now, this is one where I saw it as a kid and loved it. And I don't know why. Usually stuff like this when I saw it as a kid, we had a VCR in that conference. We had a Betamax. I would record this kind of stuff and just hold on to it. Well, I did record this, and I kind of forgot about it. Skip ahead till 2003. No, 2004. Area I'm living in, they finally got access to high-speed internet, so I got me a good computer. I remember I had a buddy of mine custom build a computer for me. That thing lasted me from 2003 to like 2012. And it just died finally. And I wasn't living there, so my buddy couldn't fix it. Come here. Come here, baby. My puppy wants some attention. So I get this computer, and I get into BitTorrent. And I was like, oh man, Legend. I always remember this Legend of the Superheroes. So I looked it up and found both parts, downloaded it. And at the time, I didn't know how to burn DVDs yet. So I was like, okay, I'll burn it as a VCD. And buddy of mine, call him Hippie Mike. There was more than one Mike out there, so he was Hippie Mike. Definitely a hippie. But I'll give him this, Mike, RIP, so he's dead. He got drafted during the Nam War, and went over and did his duty, and it greatly affected him. And I miss him pretty much every day. He was like a brother to me. He remember seeing, he's like, oh God, we gotta watch that. We watch it and die. We're just dying laughing. That's one. I was like, man, this is never gonna get an official release. I held on to the VCDs forever, and then they finally just got scratched or whatever. So not too long ago, matter of fact, it was for my birthday. My parents, my family, look, we don't know what to get you. You're hard to buy for because pretty much anything you want, you just go buy it yourself. So instead of, buying something, getting a chance to buy something you already have or something you don't want, here's your limit. Here's a credit card. Go get yourself some. Someone on Amazon, and this was on my list because I've been wanting to see it again, and I got it. Well, about 4 days after I got it, it was a Saturday night. I was stuck at home. Wasn't nothing to do. My girl was working. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to sit down and watch this. So I thought I would tweet along as I'm watching this. And I sat there and watched I tweeted the entire challenge out. Are you okay? I tweeted the challenge out. If you go look, my Twitter is double T LBR, and the T is just the letter T, the LBR is just the letter LBR, at double T LBR on Twitter. Go check it out. It's probably one of the last things I've tweeted. Before, well, when this video goes up. Go check it out. You see I tweeted along, cracking little jokes. Like there's a scene where Sinestro sends a wooden table flying at Green Lantern. Like, these guys Green Lantern's wrong. That's not Alan Scott. There's shit like that. But this is another piece. There's not for the Adam West Batman. Now everything's out there. We got the movies out there. Six movies. You can get it. The entire series is out there. Plus this is out there. So everything from that is out there. And I'm so glad because that was a great piece of comic book history that kind of around. This is one, I understand why they did a Warner Archive. There's probably not enough demand to put this out there, mass amounts. Print on demand because the cover even looks like it's on good paper. But see how it looks a little pixelated? And this was probably about $10. Them print on Warner Archive DVDs are not cheap. I know there were 20 at one time, and I wouldn't pay 20, but 10, yeah. And it's just so much fun. It brings me back to my childhood. It's kind of this and the Star Wars Holiday Special were the two specials as a kid that I loved. And now one of them's finally out. You can get a hold of a copy. But I'm out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you did, give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.